You're doing now.
Okay, my name is Charlie Swanson. I was a high school science teacher during the 2013-14 and 14-15 school year, and I'm here at 21st Century. And I'm currently a second-year medical student at Midwestern University. I was a Teach for America teacher, and then I ended up being placed here at 21st Century Charter School, which was probably one of the most exciting opportunities that I had.
Cool. Why was it exciting?
It was really exciting because it gave me an opportunity to not only develop my skills, but hopefully go ahead and educate students in a topic that I'm really passionate about.
Okay, cool.
I really enjoyed being a teacher at 21st Century. One of the things I really enjoyed about teaching here at 21st Century was being able to have the liberty to teach in a classroom that I could own, teach in a style that was right for me and also right for my students. I had a really great support staff that went ahead and allowed me to modify my teaching in a way that made sense to my students and what they needed in real time.
Awesome.
I'm here today to celebrate the graduation of the students who were my first class, my first freshman class. It's nice to go ahead and be here today to watch them come full circle, from the awkward ninth graders all the way up to the young ladies and gentlemen who are going to all be attending college.
Okay, awesome. Today.
What makes me continue to come back to 21st Century is the real relationships that I have with my students. These are incredible young ladies and gentlemen in a way that I truly am honored to have been their teacher. Getting to come back and watch them graduate and walk across the stage after all their hard work is really what keeps me coming back.
And I think I've ever done this way.
No, not at all. I don't think I'll have a critical eye on graduation, only because it's really nice to go ahead and watch kids graduate in whatever context they are. So again, it's not about me, it's not about anybody else, it's frankly about the kids and honoring every single one of them who've worked really hard to be where they are today.
Yeah, awesome. Through your field.
Great. So what I'm currently doing is I'm just a second-year medical student, so I'm halfway through medical school. Ideally, I'd like to go into primary care. After teaching here, I realized there's a huge need for primary care and access to care. And I'm a firm believer that you become the impetus for what you believe in. And if I'm not willing to change it, I can't expect somebody else to. So my goal is to work in underserved areas, to go ahead and work with populations who need better access to care, as well as getting involved and staying involved, hopefully here at 21st Century, to let kids know that there are other opportunities outside, whether it is nursing, medicine, or even just educating them about their own bodies and making them an advocate for themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, and exactly. I think it's really important that kids understand what's going on with their changing bodies at this point, because it is an awkward phase, let's be real. But it's also really nice to go ahead and watch them grow up into young men and women who, I guess, start to see the light at the end of the day. They go from very naive freshmen to seniors who have a little bit more world experience and are excited to move on to a new stage in their life, kind of like we all are.
Awesome.
There's so many things, frankly. I'm really proud of this class just because it's a great group of kids who I started with, right? Your first class is always your most special class, in my opinion, because those are the kids who made you a teacher. And watching myself grow kind of with them has made me really excited to be back here and watch them graduate. But I'm really passionate about the fact that these kids have gone ahead and become advocates for themselves and worked hard to accomplish college credits at an astounding rate, to break barriers that frankly haven't been broken before, and then continue to be just wonderful people outside of all the other outside factors that could negatively impact them. They're a really strong group of kids and really remarkable that way.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, so I have gotten the opportunity to work with all of the students in the ninth grade, including Raven Osborne. And I've also gotten the opportunity to work with all the associate's degree graduates. One nice thing about teaching ninth grade is you start with everybody at a level playing field. So I feel like it's kind of a responsibility of ninth grade teachers to set that strong foundation for every student, to go ahead and allow them to pursue upward mobility in the best way they see fit.
Awesome. This year.
Oh, okay, yeah. So for the class of 2017, I would go ahead and say we started in tents on a field trip every day to college graduates and people who are going to go ahead and rock the future in the world in a way that I don't think we've seen before. I'm proud of each and every one of them. And one last thing is, started at the bottom, now we're here. Sure.
anything like that?
One thing, like teaching here at 21st Century was one of the most difficult things I'd ever done in my young adult life. It really was. It exposed me to real life in a way that I hadn't been exposed to in the past. So it allowed me to grow as an individual, but what it also allowed me to do is make real connections with real kids who are phenomenal people, grow in ways and get to meet and learn about families, work with a great staff that really does care about kids and puts kids first. I worked really, really hard to develop an anatomy program here that the kids ended up loving, to the point where one of my most fond memories is doing all of our dissections. I made them wear surgical scrub caps and masks and gowns. And they were very, very excited to see me in a lab coat, because that means they had a lab, to the point where there were kids running down the hallway to make sure they had their surgical equipment for our lab, which was pretty exciting. To watch kids who had no idea what an aorta was, to be that passionate about, essentially a topic that was totally foreign 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago, was really kind of inspirational.
That's awesome.
I guess my sincere feeling is the way we go ahead and change the world around us is by moving to action ourselves. We can depend on others and sit in the back and complain about why it wasn't done in a way that we see fit. But I think when you become an advocate for kids, you really have the opportunity to not only enhance their lives, but really build a strong reputation that you see the world as needing. So moving forward deliberately and educating kids who don't always have the most opportunity is a great way to go ahead and benefit them and the society that you see.